Have you ever felt, well, kind of stuck? Like you've just hit a wall in your personal growth? Most of us, we look inward for the answer. But what if the key isn't just in our mindset? What if it's actually hidden in the environments we're in every single day? Today, we're diving into a really powerful framework that helps you see your world not just as a place you live, but as an active, living ecosystem for your own development. Look, we all get it on some level. Our surroundings matter. That's not a new idea. But just think about your life right now. It's not just your home or your office anymore, is it? It's your group chats, your online communities, that side project you're building with friends, even your social media feeds. The old ways of thinking just don't cut it. So how are we supposed to make sense of all this complexity? For a long time, the old view was that our lives were built around a couple of huge pillars. Think family and career, home and work. They were seen as these simple, separate boxes. But that's just not how we live anymore, right? Our lives are this messy, tangled web of physical places, digital groups, and short-term projects. The lines are totally blurred, and honestly, we need a better map to navigate it all.
And that's exactly where this new lens comes in. It's the concept of developmental platforms. Think of it as the map we've been looking for.
So what is a developmental platform? Well, simply put, it's any social environment that actively helps you grow. This is not about the passive backdrop to your life. Oh no, this is an active ecosystem. And the real magic here is the mental shift it creates. You stop seeing your environment as something that just happens to you, and you start seeing it as a toolkit for becoming the person you want to be.
And this whole idea builds on this foundational insight from the psychologist Urie Bronfenbrenner. He basically said, what truly matters is the environment as we perceive it. It's not about finding some kind of objectively perfect place. It's your ability to see the opportunities for growth that actually unlocks their power.
Okay, so if perception is the key, how do you turn what you see into who you become? Let's pop the hood and take a look at the engine that really drives this whole thing. First, we gotta grab a classic concept from psychology called affordance. It sounds way more complicated than it is, really. And affordance is just what the physical environment offers you. A chair affords sitting. A path affords walking. A doorknob affords turning. It's the potential for action that's just kind of there. Simple as that. So if affordance is for the physical world, what's the version for our social world? Well, that's where this really powerful concept called supportance comes in. Just think of it as social affordance. A mentor in your life offers the potential for guidance. A great team at work offers the potential for collaboration. A community offers the potential to feel like you belong. You can't touch them, but these potentials for action are absolutely real. And this is where it all clicks together. Personal development is really a double transformation happening at the same time. You're trying to move from your potential self to your actual self, right? Well, that journey is fueled by turning potential action into actual action. You see the supportance, that potential advice from a mentor, and then you take the action of actually asking them for a chat. That one simple move helps you become just a little bit more of the person you could be. Now, this is all great in theory, but how do we actually spot these opportunities in our own lives? Well, the framework gives us a blueprint with 3 distinct levels. It's a way to really analyze our own developmental platforms. I absolutely love this metaphor. I want you to picture your environment like a set of those nested Russian dolls. You know the ones. Each layer is a different scale of social interaction, and they all fit together to create your total ecosystem for growth. So let's open them up. And here they are, at the smallest, most immediate level, the micro level. You've got the zone. This is all about your direct, one-on-one interactions, that deep talk with a mentor or a really good friend. The next step up is the project. This is any group you're in that's working toward a goal, like a book club or a volunteer team. And at the biggest, macro level, you have what's called the platform ba. That ba comes from a Japanese word meaning a shared space. Think of these as the huge communities you're a part of, like maybe the open source software movement or a massive online fan community. Okay, now let's zoom back in on that tiny zone level for a second, because this is so important. The opportunities for growth, these offers, they're not always obvious. Sometimes you get an explicit offer. Your boss literally says, hey, I want you to lead this project. That's a super clear supportance. But the really powerful idea here is the tacit offer. This is when you see a coworker crushing it, and it inspires you to try something new yourself. They didn't offer you anything, right? But you perceived an opportunity just from their example. You basically created the supportance for yourself just by watching. All right, so we've looked at the new lens, we've seen the engine that powers it, and we know the different levels where it all happens. So how do you actually use this stuff? Let's put together our new toolkit. This is it. This is your new toolkit for seeing the world differently. The whole point is to start seeing your entire life as a developmental platform. Your new job is to actively hunt for supportants, those hidden chances for action, at every single level. From a simple conversation in the zone to a team project, all the way up to the massive platform bet you're part of. This isn't just theory, it's a practical checklist for finding growth pretty much everywhere.
So, here's where we land. Here's the big question. With this new lens, I really want you to just look around. Look at your chats, your teams, your communities. What tacit offers are just hiding there in plain sight? What potential for action, what supportants have you been missing all this time? Because the architect of your growth isn't just you. It's you in partnership with the world you choose to see. So what are you going to build next?